Here's something that ineffective leaders often have in common. They often think they have all the answers. They think they're in a leadership position because they know everything about the business they're managing. Even if they recognize that they don't have unlimited knowledge, they may work under the pressure of others believing that they do, and that they are responsible for making all decisions and solving all problems. That kind of thinking was probably never very realistic, but in the 21st century, it's absolutely unsustainable. Today, with advanced technology, globalization, virtual teams, and increased competition, no one can effectively know everything about a business. Leaders who recognize and accept this understand the role of leaders in today's business environment. Their job is to collect relevant information when they need it by asking insightful questions, and then assimilate that information, collaborate when appropriate, and arrive at decisions that support the big picture. Today's effective leaders understand that knowing the best question to ask is better than knowing all the answers. As the playwright Eugene Ionesco said, "It is not the answer that enlightens, but the question." Knowing how to ask questions is important, and knowing how to ask them in meetings is particularly beneficial. It's a good idea to show up at a meeting with a list of questions to ask rather than a list of points to make. This kind of preparation takes some thoughtful planning, but the rewards can be great. By asking insightful questions in meetings, you can keep the meeting on track, encourage everyone to contribute fully, provide focus for the group's attention, energy, intelligence, and creativity, discover root causes of problems, support the team in discovering their own solutions to problems, and empower employees to take ownership of decisions and initiatives. As you develop your question-asking skills, you need to know the different types of questions you can ask and what situations they're each best for. Closed questions can have a place in meetings, but they're the most limited. They usually result in a short answer such as yes or no, or we submitted the proposal on Wednesday. Closed questions can provide important information. In themselves, they don't require creativity or problem-solving skills, but they may lead to more in-depth discussions. Be careful though. Asking too many closed questions can make people feel that they're being interrogated and can make them feel defensive. Open-ended questions are the most common and the most useful in meetings. These kinds of questions usually begin with the words why, how, or what do you think about? Open-ended questions help people expand their creativity, and they usually require critical thinking. Some examples of open-ended questions are, can you explain why you think your solution will work? How do you suggest we respond to the client's concerns? What do you think about yesterday's sales report? Another type of question, and one that should be avoided, is the leading question. When you ask a leading question, you're looking for a specific answer that may be designed to force agreement rather than discussion. Here are some examples of leading questions. Don't you agree that we need to change the due date? Everyone seems to think that the new software is flawed. What about you? Besides knowing the best kinds of questions to ask, you need to know different ways to ask questions. To gather information about a specific topic or to get clarity on a project, you need to ask questions that require concrete details. This drill-down method of asking questions usually uses a series of closed questions until you get the information you need. You can ask a series of questions that move from general to specific or from specific to general, depending on the topic and your goals. You may start with a general question such as, what was the atmosphere at the client meeting? This question gives the person a chance to start thinking about the topic, and it starts providing background information. Then you can progressively move to more specific questions such as, did they bring up the new functionality? Did you tell them how long it will take to add new features? You can also start with a specific question and move to more general questions. For example, did their CIO attend the meeting? What did she seem to be most interested in? What do you recommend we prepare for our next meeting? Questions can either limit the kinds of responses you get or open up the possible responses in a more positive way. For example, you can ask, why are we behind on this project? The person you're asking is put on the spot and has little choice but to get defensive and answer with excuses. If, instead, you ask, what do you think we can do to ensure that we meet our target completion date? The discussion is open now to solutions. Another important question-asking method is to know when to stop for a moment. Know when you need to stay quiet to let someone think before they continue talking. As you prepare your questions and choose the method of questioning you want to use, be sure that you know your goal. Are you looking for snippets of concrete information? Are you looking for a general overview of a given topic? Or are you looking for new ideas and solutions? Learning how to ask questions, especially in meetings, can generally improve your communication with others and have a positive impact on your business. Keep in mind that you're asking questions to get the best from yourself and from others.